You know those kids back in school who used to raise their hand with like all the confidence of a Nobel laureate to like make a point that they think is going to devastate the teacher, and then they like so embarrassingly don't understand what they're talking about that the entire class watches as the teacher just dismantles that student in front of you? You're that student. Welcome to that moment. So the United States tax code was last changed in 2017 when Donald Trump was president and Republicans controlled Congress. And they made a whole show of it, like, yay, look at our new tax code. That was the last time the tax code was changed, and it was a big deal. In that tax code, there were drastic tax cuts for every single income bracket. Huge tax cuts for the wealthiest, and then smaller, more modest tax cuts for middle class and poorer people. But in that tax bill that they passed, they put expiration dates on the tax cuts that were for poorer and middle class people, but no expiration dates at all on the tax cuts for upper and wealthier workers. So your point, Biden just upped middle class taxes. No, he did not. Biden hasn't changed the tax code. Democrats haven't changed the tax code. Your taxes went up because Donald Trump's tax cuts that he passed back in 2017 expired, because the way he's paying for all the wealthy people's tax cuts was by letting yours expire. So your taxes went up because Donald Trump let them go up so he could save money himself. And you are so uninformed of how the American tax code works and how the American government works that you didn't know that. You just saw your taxes go up and looked and said, oh, Biden's president, it must be it. Because you don't know how laws are passed, you don't know how the tax code works, and you don't pay attention to how things work. You just listen to whatever the TV tells you because you don't put any thought into anything. And now for the second half of your comment, where a sales tax wouldn't make prices go up 30%, but income taxes do hurt you right away. It's literally the opposite of that, sweetheart. And you're saying this, unironically, to an economics professor. Hi, I've taught college-level economics for 13 years, and I guarantee you would fail my class. Because when you impose sales taxes, that immediately raises the price of goods and services by the percentage of the tax. So if we increase taxes on consumption or institute a sales tax of 30%, all goods and services subject to that tax increase by 30% immediately. However, income taxes are taken out of your paycheck and reinvested into the economy and multiply through and come back to you in the form of social services. So the fact that you have like airports and roads and all of these things are paid for with your income taxes. That will get increasingly expensive if we take away the income tax and use a payroll tax, or the sales tax, because the sales tax will make things more expensive, will kill consumer spending, which will tank GDP, which will push the economy into a recession. And you might not understand all of that, perhaps because I didn't write it in crayon.